Have soaring inflation rates affected your spending?
Of course, yeah. Everything's more expensive. You go and try and buy a pound of bacon. I don't know if you've looked at that price. That's huge. Gas prices, what used to be $90 to fill up your gas tanks now, close to $200. So yeah, it curbs everything that you do, and it affects everything that you do, whether you're a manufacturer or a consumer. It's everywhere.
Yes, absolutely. Gas prices are incredibly unaffordable. I have a son with a truck that he needs for his career, and it's unaffordable for him to fill his truck and get to work. So yes, and grocery prices, unaffordable. I can't imagine how young families are doing it at this point.
Not that much, because I don't spend much to begin with. I keep my spending to the necessities. I don't splurge, I don't travel, I don't have big booze budgets, or I don't eat out an awful lot. So my spending is pretty well self-contained.
Most definitely, yes. Reducing my spending down to necessities and trying to make all of my purchases local so that they benefit my communities.
I think so. I was just in school, so I'm a broke student still, so things are a little too expensive for me right now.
No matter what?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been, living with 2 roommates for the past 3 years or so, looking to get a place of my own, but prices are way too high for that, and even looking into getting a used car. Used car prices are the most they've ever been right now.
We're really kind of paying attention to what we spend, and we're trying to find sales where we can, but they're getting harder and harder to find.
Yeah, I've noticed that my spending, I'm more and more cautious.
Yeah. I would definitely agree with what she's saying. I feel like just being mindful of how much your budget is, I feel like that would kind of help you minimize how much you're getting and what you're spending on. So
yeah, rent is going up, grocery, everything's expensive. So by the end of the month, it's like you're living paycheck to paycheck.
Yes, definitely. Cut back on vehicle usage and driving, grocery costs, try to be a bit more frugal on that end of it. So kind of all areas.
I don't go anywhere. I just have to expend that few money for very important things, like food example. I have a car, I have to plate it, I have to put gas. So yeah, I am completely affected when it comes to expending good time, like going out and stuff like that.
Everything is going high, so like we have to work on a budget every day, kind of. Everyday routine, like grocery items, including just if we talk about just the oil, vegetable oil, whatever we are using, it goes from $16 to $45. So that's affecting us every day. We are trying to saving just for our day-to-day, spending.
I think everything balances off in the end. I think, we've got people that know a lot more than me running the country, whether you agree with who they are or not. They still know a lot more, and there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, and just have to let them do what they do. And if you don't like it, elect somebody else.
I can't afford to spend anything. I've never been so poor in my life. I just can't afford anything. Well, mind you, I'm on disability, right? An old age pension, so that doesn't cover a lot of money. So it's tough, really tough.
Previously, I used to spend around $600 per month, including rent and groceries. Right now, I am spending around $800. So, and the other problem, on the other hand, the problem is the pay level didn't increase. It's still it's still in the same level.
Well, for the first time ever, I'm going to grow a garden just to try and not spend so much on food, and trying to buy from local butchers and stuff like that, because everything's just so much more expensive. What you? Hasn't affected you?
I'm sure it has. I can't necessarily think. I think I'm just more mindful. I'm more budget conscious. Checking prices a little more. I'm not just throwing things in my cart like I used to. But other than that, I'm more conscious of what I'm driving as well, because fuel is so expensive.
I was always pretty aware of what I spend, but I have to watch every dollar closely now more than ever, just because everything has gone up, and I'm self-employed, so I've had to increase the prices that I charge my clients as well to kind of keep up with inflation.
it's affected my spending because everything has gone up. And since everything has gone up in price, gas and all food and everything, the inflation affects my income for my family because I make a certain amount of money and I live on a fixed income. And because I live on a fixed income, we end up spending over $100 a month, over $100 a week more just to buy our groceries. And the pay has not gone up. My pay has stayed the same.
Well, it makes it more difficult because now you really have to bargain shop with gas prices and now return to work, and it's challenging. Utilities have gone through the roof. They don't increase our pay, maybe a percentage point, and then you receive your utility bills and it's like 5% increase, 8% increase, and you're like, so you're taking that much out of my pay, so what does that leave me with to live?
Current inflation rates, the rate that they're going up, yeah, it's affected myself and it's probably affected a lot of others as well. I mean, I don't have, I'm not in the upper income tax bracket, so I have to be careful on how I spend. And I mean, even with recent changes with gas prices as well, it makes it difficult. And yeah, I do have to tighten the budget a little more than I would normally do.
It has. I find that I get less for my money. And it does affect, and you have to budget really carefully and you have to shop around more, so it causes a lot more stress.